Picture this: while everyone else is chatting, taking selfies, and working out in groups, there's always that one person in the corner. Headphones on. Eyes focused. Training completely alone. What most people don't realize is that these solo gym warriors possess a psychological profile that's absolutely fascinating. And what we've discovered about their minds will shock you. The truth is, people who consistently train alone aren't just different, they're wired completely differently from the rest of us. Let's start with the biggest myth. Most people assume solo trainers are just introverts who can't handle social interaction. Wrong. Dead wrong. Research shows that many solo gym enthusiasts are actually highly social people outside the gym. They make a conscious choice to train alone. But why? The answer lies in something psychologists call compartmentalization, the ability to separate different aspects of life into distinct mental boxes. These individuals have mastered the art of creating sacred spaces for personal growth. Here's where it gets really interesting. Solo trainers exhibit what's called internal locus of control at extremely high levels. This means they believe their actions directly control their outcomes. They don't need external validation, cheerleading, or social pressure to push through difficult sets. Their motivation comes from within. Studies show this trait is strongly correlated with leadership positions and entrepreneurial success. Think about it: who would you rather have leading your team? Someone who needs constant encouragement, or someone who's self-driven? Now, this is particularly fascinating when we look at South Asian and Gulf cultures. These are traditionally collectivist societies where group harmony is valued over individual pursuits. Yet, the solo gym phenomenon is exploding in cities like Dubai, Mumbai, and Karachi. Why? Because these individuals are often caught between cultural expectations and personal ambition. The gym becomes their space to develop the individualistic mindset needed for global success, while still maintaining cultural connections outside. But here's the dark side nobody talks about. Solo trainers often struggle with something called hyperindependence. They become so self-reliant that asking for help, even when needed, becomes psychologically difficult. This can lead to training plateaus, injuries, and ironically, loneliness. The very strength that makes them successful can become their weakness. It's a psychological double-edged sword that many don't recognize until it's too late. The neuroscience behind this is incredible. Brain scans of consistent solo trainers show increased activity in the prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for self-discipline and long-term planning. But here's the kicker: they also show reduced activity in areas associated with social reward processing. Their brains literally rewire to find satisfaction in personal achievement rather than social approval. This isn't good or bad, it's just different. But it explains a lot about their behavior patterns. Let's talk about their training patterns. Solo trainers typically follow more structured, systematic approaches. They track everything obsessively. Sets, reps, rest periods, progressive overload, it's all documented. Why? Because they don't have workout partners to remember things for them or provide external accountability. This forces them to develop superior organizational skills and attention to detail. Skills that transfer directly to professional and personal success. Here's something most people miss. When solo trainers do interact at the gym, these interactions are qualitatively different. They're more purposeful, more direct, less casual. They might ask for a spot or equipment advice, but they don't engage in small talk. This isn't rudeness, it's efficiency. They've trained their social interactions to be as focused as their workouts. In professional settings, this translates to clear communication and respect for others' time. There's also a spiritual dimension that's often overlooked. Many solo trainers describe their gym time as meditative, almost prayer-like. In Islamic and Hindu traditions, personal struggle and self-improvement are seen as forms of worship. The gym becomes a modern temple where they commune with their higher selves. This spiritual aspect provides a deeper source of motivation that group trainers often lack. It's not just about physical transformation, it's about spiritual evolution. The statistics are staggering. A recent study tracked gym habits of successful executives across the Gulf and South Asia. Over 70% of those who reached C-level positions were consistent solo trainers. The correlation isn't coincidental. The same mental muscles that allow someone to push through a difficult set alone are the ones needed to make tough business decisions without consensus. The gym becomes their training ground for leadership. But here's the warning nobody gives them. This independence can become addictive. Some solo trainers become so accustomed to self-reliance that they struggle in team environments. They might excel individually but have difficulty with collaborative projects. It's crucial for solo trainers to consciously develop their teamwork skills outside the gym. The key is balance, knowing when to be independent and when to collaborate. So what does this all mean? If you're a solo trainer, embrace your uniqueness but stay conscious of the potential pitfalls. If you're not, understand that those lone wolves in your gym aren't antisocial, they're developing mental strength in their own way. The psychology of solo training reveals deep truths about motivation, cultural adaptation, and personal development. Whether you train alone or in groups, the key is intentionality. Make your choice consciously, and own the psychological benefits and challenges that come with it.